Is this thing on? So probability. Probability. This next section we'll be talking about probability, which is really one of the foundations of statistics. So what's probability? Probability basically is the likelihood of things happening. How likely is something to happen? If I've got a coin and I flip it, what's the likelihood that I'll get tails? If I have 5 kids, what's the probability that I'll have all boys? I roll a pair of dice, what's the probability that I roll a 6? Basically, how many ways can something happen? What's the likelihood of it happening? That's probability. How we'll use probability, we'll calculate probabilities, but what we'll do with probability is use it in this way. So we make an assumption. Based on this assumption, what's the probability of something happening? If the probability of that thing occurring, based on our assumption, is low, or if the event seems unusual to occur, we'll say our assumption isn't good. So for example, we assume a coin is an unweighted coin, it's a fair coin. I flip the coin 1,000 times and I get 992 tails. Well, the probability of that happening is very low. That's an unusual event, so we might say, well, that assumption of a fair coin isn't a very good one. Maybe in fact the coin is loaded somehow. Or I flip a coin 1,000 times and I get 537 tails. Not exactly 50-50, but the probability of that isn't too low. It seems reasonable. We don't really have any evidence to say that our assumption of a fair coin is a bad one. So we're going to go on the assumption that it is a fair coin. So this is how we're going to use probability. Looking at the likelihood of things happening and seeing whether it makes assumptions we have made seem reasonable or seem unreasonable.